Let's talk about leadership and management. So, in general management or in project management, as a project manager, you have to lead and manage teams. We have to set examples and we have to manage all the tasks, all the resources, all the people, their personal problem, their professional problems, and everything. So, this is how we are going to understand what are we going to cover. We'll be working on definition of leadership, significance of leadership, characteristics of leadership, leadership power and its sources, and leadership growth. Let's define it. So there is no correct or accurate definition. All the definitions are fine. For example, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. I'm not saying that one definition is more accurate than others, but we need to understand different aspects from different leaders to understand what they are saying and then apply those knowledge and incorporate in your learning. Northouse said that leadership is a process whereby an individual influences a group of individuals to achieve a common goal. Leadership is the activity of influencing people to strive willingly for group objectives. And PMI is saying leadership is the ability to guide the project team while achieving project objectives and balancing the project constraints. Please read it and understand the difference in these definitions. As we have seen these definitions, These definitions vary from one situation to another, and all the definitions are correct. And if I ask you to write a definition of leadership, you may write that definition by your experience, and it will be correct for your situation. Okay? Well, project management, most of the time, we are going to talk about similar things in various courses. So don't think that we are repeating something and we are going out of topic. If we are going to define leadership, we need to understand communication. If we are going to understand communication, we have to talk about stakeholder management, right? So if we are managing people who are not reporting to you, then we have to show leadership skills. What is the characteristic of leadership? Let's see. Leadership is essential for managing, right? You cannot be just a manager without being a leader. In hierarchy also, in all the workplace also, first you become a TL, team lead first, then a manager. But most of the time, those leadership positions are not exactly as per lead, leadership definition. But yes, you will be leading a team of 3 or 4 people so that you resolve lots of things at your end, and your manager will have some time to do their own stuff. Leadership and motivation are closely interconnected. If you are a good leader, you can motivate your team better. Suppose we are working in Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 job. Let's assume we are working 9 to 5 job Monday to Friday. And in the weekends, we have normal things to do like going for the party, beaches, outside, shopping, whatever. Correct? You have some commitments already. And suppose this is Friday 4 p.m. Your boss came and said that, guys, Saturday's Saturday holiday is cancelled. It's not a holiday anymore. Everybody has to work, come to the office for 2, 3 hours and finish because we have got a very important shipment. Now, everybody will start thinking, what happened? I already planned something on Saturday. Now, my manager is saying that we have to come to the office. That too just for 3 hours. And it takes 1 hour, 2 hours in commute. What can I do now? We feel dissatisfied. Okay. So, what is going to happen? We need to modify the message in a different way, and we can lead people to do something good. For example, now the same person will say that, guys, we have very important shipment. Can we? And management is saying that everybody has to come to the office on Saturday. But I'm thinking, since 3 hours work is very essential for the company, why can't we stay today on Friday and finish the job and we'll keep our Saturday? Everybody will feel relaxed and say that, yeah, I agree. Instead of somebody say that, okay, stay 3 more hours, feel dissatisfied. So this is how you need to motivate your team. Okay. Okay. The leadership is followership also. So you have to be good follower to become a good leader. Leadership derived from the power, and it is similar to, yet similar to, and a little bit different from management. It's a group process. Leadership is situation bound process of influence. You can and you need to influence people. And if you can influence people, then you are a good leader. Okay, what is the significance of leadership? What do you think? So, leaders are important because they motivate people. Okay, and they always understand importance of group effort. If everybody work as an individual, things become slow on an average. But if a leader is there who can understand and identify potential in various team members and work on their strength and can help us to achieve wonders. Another example of that could be, suppose we are four people. I'm good in computers. Somebody is computer, specifically, for example, Excel. I know Microsoft Excel very well. Somebody is very good in communication and negotiation. And third person is very good in scientific calculations. We are studying something like one subject is Excel, one subject is negotiation, third subject is science, scientific calculation. All of us got assignment. I can finish Excel assignment in 1 hour, but other assignments I need to spend 8 hours each. Same thing with other team members as well, right? So science person can finish science assignment in 1 hour, but other assignments 8 or 9 hours. Same thing with third person. Suppose if I get a leader, right? I have some leadership skills. What can I do? I can say that, see, I'm very good in Excel. I can do it 1 hour, and I can teach you everything in 30 minutes so that you can solve your assignment in less time. And since I am using my expertise to help you guys, so can I ask Mr. Science, can you help me with science assignment? Can you teach me? And third person, can you teach me that? So by that method, instead of spending 20 hours on those tasks, I can finish everything in 7 hours, 6 hours or 7 hours only. So this is how we utilize group efforts. In offices, there are different departments: HR department, marketing department, sales, operations, accounting. If you are going to calculate your tax, you need few hours to few days to understand how to calculate tax and what is the meaning of 15E, just for example. So that's not your expertise. If you want to file your tax, that's your choice. But if we talk about cost benefit analysis, it is easier for us to pay 30, 40, 50, or $100 to somebody who is already expert and file our tax properly and save our tax also. Sometimes we need to find ways to save taxes. But if I will do it myself, I may not be able to do proper research because I am already busy in teaching. Teaching is my job. Tax filing is not my job. So I will not be the expert in that. So this is the group effort. I have to group with subject matter experts who can help me to get work done. Okay. If you are a leader, you will have some authority. Integration of formal or informal organization, you can do this also. And it is essential for successful business. You must have some leaders. And leaders can translate vision into reality. If we talk about attributes of successful leaders, then how will we answer that? It is integrity, credibility. Most of the time, project managers are seen as a leader also, although they are managers. But you have to be a leader because you need to talk to various stakeholders. Stakeholders like top management, middle management, peers, inter-department people. To hire project team members, you need to talk to human resource department. To get your invoice paid, you need to talk to accounts department. And you know that human resource and account department employees are not reporting to you. Correct? So you have to be a credible person so that they can rely on your words. Whenever you say that, yes, I have checked this agreement and it is good, you should have that kind of image in the company that they will not have any doubt on you so that your work can be completed in no time. As a successful leader, you have to be tough. It doesn't mean that you go to the meeting room and ask everybody, stand up, stand up, stand up. I'm here. You're not giving me respect. No, that's not correct. Tough means tough on deadlines. If I ask you that if I am a leader for this class, and if I ask you that the deadline is 10th of October, I must be available for all the clarification, discussion, and all. But at the same time, I must say that everybody must complete the assignment or task by this date, 10th of October. So I have to be tough but not like that. Tough means tough on deadlines or tough on commitments. Fairness. For team member A, I'm giving thir- 30 days time. And for team member B, I'm saying give it in 2 days. This is not fair to give 30 days time for one, 2 days time to a person. It is unfair to give all the leave approvals to one member and to not approve leave for different team members. Fairness means you must write some rules that what is the leave policy, what is early uh, office leaving policy. Like if you want to go early, 1 hour, can you go or not? You have to maintain lots of things in office. If you give lots of opportunities to one member, not to other members, they might feel dissatisfied and demotivated. You need to work on those things as well. What? You should be a pleasing personality. People should feel delighted after talking to you. And you must be kind of smiling when you talk to people and answer with due respect. Make sure you always talk with politeness, even if somebody is junior. That's how you will build a good leadership trait and attribute. And you must have some confidence when you talk. Confidence doesn't mean you can say, oh, I'm 100% sure, I'm 100% sure. You can say that this time I'm 80% confident that it will be done. People should know how much confident you are when you speak something. And whenever you are not sure, you can say with the confidence that yes, this time I'm not sure whether this is going to happen or not. That is also confidence. Confidence doesn't mean you just give your just judgment immediately. Hmm. Let's talk about elements of effective leadership. It's leadership maturity, strategic awareness, executive presence, and execution orientation. What is that? Let's talk about one by one. Leadership maturity is something that it's not by age, but it's all about how you react to the situation. If somebody is new and something goes wrong, that person will go to in panic mode. But if you are mature enough, you might be ready to find reason behind those things, those unexpected events. For example, if I am not mature enough, if somebody will speak loudly with anger, I will also respond to the same way. It is reciprocation for not so mature people. I will also speak in the same language, but if I will be mature, I will ask, my dear friend, looks like you are angry. And as far as I am concerned, I have not done anything wrong. I think your mood is off because of some other external factor. I will definitely talk to you. Can you please sit down, take water, have coffee, And definitely we are going to talk in next 10 minutes. What is going to happen here? You have displayed your sense of maturity. And as a project manager, when you are managing multiple stakeholders, you need to showcase that you understand people. Obviously, you need to understand processes and technology, but those things can be managed. Your computer will never say that, I am not happy with you. I will not turn on today. I will not give you display today because I am not happy you did not say good morning. The computer will not speak like that. When you go to washing your clothes, we call it laundry. Have you ever seen that your wash washer washed the clothes and dryer say that I'm not in the mood. I'm not going to dry your clothes. Correct. This is not correct. It will not happen. It will never happen. But if we are working with people and everybody, whoever is working with you, it is that person we call as a stakeholder. And we need to understand what is their mood and how we should react or talk to them. Sometimes in offices, if we have to take 15 days holiday from work, we must check mood of the boss. If boss is happy or in already some tension, your leave approval or holiday leave approval will have lots of uh, dependency on mood of your boss. Correct. And strategic awareness. You must know what is now strategy for your company. Okay. It means if you are a leader and if you are not aware of what your company management thinks, you may not be able to effectively manage people or team. Why? You know that ChatGPT launched recently and it changed everything. All the apps are are working with AI to do to show something, to do something. Why it is happening? And this is basically leaders in all the companies are aware of lots of things. And now CEO or co-founders have strategy to implement or utilize artificial intelligence. And all the leaders must know that what their company owners want, what is their strategy now, and incorporate those things already in your roadmap planning. Next is executive presence. Means you should be executing things properly and execution oriented. Whatever we have planned, strategy, something, but if we are not able to complete that task, or if you have planned that, okay, we will have 4 tasks this week, and the person or the team who got the task not able to do that work by that week, that's your failure because you are not able to understand what are the dependencies and whether that person is available to do the job or not. So it is basically execution. You have to ensure that work is being done by respective team members. If somebody is not available, make sure that you find alternative arrangements. It is called execution orientation. All right. Suppose if you are a leader and you need to ensure that work is being done by people, how can you ensure that? You may have some power. All right. What is that? Power means, obviously, with power you get responsibilities. Yeah, that's right. But reward power, coercive power, information power, expertise power, and referent power. These are the power definitions. So if we talk about reward power, what do you think it is? If we talk about reward power, it can be defined as something that if you can do this, I'll give you something. Like uh, if we talk to children, if we say that, okay, if you finish food, I will give you chocolate without punishing, forcing anybody, you are rewarding their good behavior. In projects, how can we utilize it? You can say that if the vendor is able to complete all the given task in 30 days, vendor will be entitled to get 5% extra. It is reward power. And to get this power, make sure you take approval from your management team. As a project manager, you cannot give something which is not approved by management. One more reward could be, suppose if you are working as a supervisor in packaging facility, and as per your record, you have seen that everybody has to pack 100 packages per day, and office timing is 10 to 5. I understand. Somebody say that I want to go early, full week. You can say that. Don't tell anybody if you finish your job, 100 packages packing, and then I can, you know, give you permission to leave the office at 4. I know it's not very accurate, but yes, this is how we do things. This is the definition of reward power. Okay. And this is the part of our discussion. I'm going to um, write discussion question for this week, and you need to write about these kind of powers, and then we will have a discussion on this. All right. This is our homework. Let's talk about leadership style. Leadership style is defined as the pattern of behaviors that a leader displays during their work with and through the others. Type of so styles, by definition, there can be more, but four is very popular: autocratic, democratic, laissez-faire, and situational leadership. Let's take 5 minutes coffee break, and then we'll continue. right? So as these things are quite uh, easy to understand, autocratic is like I have taken a decision and everybody must work on that. That's autocratic leadership. Example of that would be since I'll be telling you that do this, do that, and I have decided to start this project. Everybody must work on that. I will not listen to you. I have decided already. Now you have to work on that project or decision. Democratic means I will take opinion from relevant people. Democratic doesn't mean that I'm going to ask everybody. Okay. Although I can talk to all the relevant stakeholders like functional managers, middle level managers, and some of the employees who know, who who can give me a better picture of something. That's called democratic style. Laissez-faire style means a term associated with hands off or let it be approach of leadership. It is derived from French phrase laissez-faire. I don't know whether it is correct pronunciation or not, but which means let do or let people do as they want to do. All right, this style will have minimum direct guidance from the leader, and we can allow subordinates a significant degree of autonomy in decision making and task execution. Now, again, let's take an example. Consider Google is our example. Okay. Historically, Google has been recognized for its adoption of this kind of leadership, which is laissez-faire leadership approach in certain aspect of its operations. The company's co-founder, Larry Page, and Sergey Brin often fostered a workplace culture that encouraged employees to pursue innovative projects of personal interest during a portion of their work hours. This autonomy resulted in creation of products like Gmail and Google News. However, it is essential to note that while this approach can stimulate creativity and innovation, it may also pose lots of challenges like ensuring alignment with the organization's overall goals and maintaining accountability. In Google's case, they eventually had to introduce more structured management and oversight as the company matured. So, what happened with Google when they started? It was one of the best places to work. They have never fired anybody, but slowly they have changed the work culture. It is still one of the best company to work, but they're not giving those extra incentives now. So it grants considerable freedom to employees, but necessitate the um, balance that we should have a balance between autonomy and company's direction to ensure the continuous success. So, what kind of roles a leader may play or must play? It's not like change agent doesn't mean that this person is working like a agent to make changes every time. No, it means this role is driving organizational transformation and adaptation in response to evolving circumstances. What happened with companies? With the company started 45, 50 years ago or 100. They started with paper-based systems. Now they have approval on digital media. You can approve things on mobile phone so that things go faster. So in this capacity, a leader serves as a catalyst of change. Catalyst means who can change will happen. You know that change will always happen. You cannot say that this company will never change, but change will be slow in that case. So catalyst will improve or fasten the process, okay, of change. So it will so you will be guiding the organization through transitions and inspiring a collective commitment to new objective and practices. You will introduce new things, and you will give some idea to top management why it is essential for the company to incorporate that change, right? So let me explain key aspect of a leader's role as a change agent. It can have a visionary leadership. Okay, so we are talking about key aspects of leader's role as change agent. First point is visionary leadership. Means a change agent must possess a clear and compelling vision for the future of the company or organization. This vision provides direction and purpose, motivating individuals, all the employees within the organization to embrace the change. One very small example was some companies are switching from Outlook to Gmail or Google Workspace and vice versa. Microsoft Outlook system is expensive because it is coming with email, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and cloud storage. They have bundled things, and they have Microsoft Teams also now. They have bundled things, and it is kind of expensive for corporations. So some companies are switching from Microsoft Outlook email system to Google Workspace because Google is only providing email and some storage. They don't have lots of different things, and that is cheaper. So companies want to switch from Outlook to company-based Gmail, right? So in that case, you must motivate team members that although it doesn't look like Outlook, Gmail is also capable to do everything, whatever you do in Outlook. That's how you work with team as a business leadership, and your CEO will think that you have saved a lots of dollars by switching from this vendor to this vendor, right? Try to understand not everybody will be happy with your decision or with your opinion, but you have to be very clear that why you want to do this. That's called visionary leadership. And then strategic planning. Strategic planning. Leaders must formulate a well defined strategy for implementing change. What does that mean? It means you have to set goals, establish timelines, allocate people or other resources effectively to ensure that transformation process goes smooth. All right. Then communication. As a change agent, effective communication is essential for gathering support and take buy-in. Buy-in means approval from employees and others. Leaders should articulate or express proper reasons for change. What is the benefit and how it will align with company's missions and value. Inspiration and motivation. Leaders act as role model, inspiring and motivating their teams to embrace change. Okay, problem solving. Change often brings challenges and obstacles. A leader must possess strong problem solving skills to address issues that arise during the change process, ensuring that setbacks do not derail the process. You will always have some setbacks. Make sure we are ready for that. Definition of setback means something goes wrong or not, something is not going as per the plan, and you think, oh, we missed this deadline. You will miss many deadlines in your project, but make sure these missed deadlines should work as setbacks, not like a failure. Empowerment, empowering employees by involving them in the change process can lead to greater ownership and commitment. If you will involve people, they will work with you. If you will impose thing, okay, this is the decision, do it. Then they might make mistakes and they don't want to correct it. They'll say that, okay, that's a new process, I don't know. But yes, if you empower themselves, if you say that, what do you think about this? Can we work with that? They will be happily working with you, right? And then monitoring and evaluation is always important. You need to monitor all the aspects there and then evaluate whether this change is working as per our expectation or not. And then cultural transformation. Leaders play a crucial role in shaping the organization's culture to align with desired changes. Leaders should model the desired behavior and values to promote a culture of continuous improvement. One simple example of continuous improvement is as a normal human being, we don't like it. Why we don't like it? I will give you example. Suppose if you are working in the kitchen, making something, maybe your friend is making something, preparing food in kitchen, and you see that your friend made a mistake in a process which makes food less tasty. Okay, the process of making food that you know that you are expert in making or preparing food, but your friend made a mistake. Now, in normal scenarios, we are not happy to help. Why? Because if I stop my friend, that hello, Mr. Friend or Miss Friend, you made a mistake. This is not the right process. Maybe this utensil was still kind of dirty. You have not cleaned it well. What is going to happen now? Your friend will say, don't interrupt me. Go away, I'm making food. Don't disturb me. So in that scenario, he will not speak anything. That's a bad workplace. But at the same time, in leadership and communication classes, if somebody is working in an office and doing something daily for 10 years, and if you join today and say that, okay, you are doing it wrong, that person will feel very, very bad. Although, even if you are correct, that person will not feel good. So even if somebody is doing something wrong, don't interrupt them as as of now immediately. No, don't correct them immediately. If you are not a team lead, exactly team lead, as a colleague, never correct them. Even if you are a team lead, you have to speak with politeness and speak in constructive manner. As a leader, we need to understand people who is working with you are not perfect. Imperfection is the key, or understanding imperfection is the key to leadership. Everybody is going to make mistake. If I'm an expert in Microsoft Excel, if I will see you are working on Excel and you are making lots of silly mistakes, I I should ask, do you need help? Maybe you don't want to learn Microsoft Excel because you have to work in Microsoft Excel once in a 6 month. Even if I want to teach you, you don't want to learn that because that's not your job. So let's not jump into conclusion. Don't go to help people where they don't need it. But at the same time, continuous improvement is something like this. Okay, so I'm inviting everybody and I'm showing, see, this is how I'm doing Excel work daily. Do you think I can improve this process? Then I will be open to your comments. That's how we'll, we'll create a good office environment where everybody can stop and say that I think we can save 10 minutes by doing this thing. All right. So we should start with example. Apply those things on your, okay. You know that team leader role, it's there. So as a team leader, what is an expectation? Like you need to set goals. You need to assign tasks to appropriate group members, and you need to communicate effectively. Team leaders facilitate open and transparent communication within the team. Okay. You also must encourage feedback, actively listen to team members' concern, and convey information from higher management to them. You need to support and coach them. You need to resolve their conflicts. You have to take decisions. You have to manage time. You have to manage resources. You have to work on performance evaluation. Means how somebody performed during the year or during the project. You have to keep them motivated. You need to solve their problem. You have to report. You have to again work on continuous improvement again. Okay. Cheerleader doesn't mean that you have to wear fancy clothes and you have to clap every time if somebody did something good. Okay. So here you need to make sure you identify who, who is your team member who have done good and give them recognition and reward in the floor itself. If somebody make a mistake, you ask them to meet one on one, and then say that you have made a mistake. This is not right. This is not good. And when that person did something very good, you have to go to the office floor or Zoom meeting and say that I appreciate this person's effort. And that's how we define cheerleader. So, what is the cheerleader? If we talk about here, so you need to identify good performance. Okay. Role model, you just show things how it can be done. You need to be on time. You need to respond to their mails. You need to talk to them and make sure you go on coffee breaks with your team members and resolve their try to listen to their personal problems if they have any. One role of leadership is entrepreneurial. You need to think cost, you need to understand what is cost benefit analysis, what is IRR. Is it good to do this or is it good to do that? And you have to be a good influencer. Influencer means you must influence your team members or motivate them to do good. Sometimes, suppose if we have only one Android developer and we have only Android app, but to we want a presence in iOS also, like iPhone app. We can either hire somebody for iOS development or we can influence or motivate our team member who is good in Android development and ask, can you spend a week? I'll give you this free course. It's this $500 course, but you can learn it for free and develop the same app in iOS also. You need to influence them to do something good. Okay, that's all for this class. And I'm going to upload few more support content in weekly folder.